live.
Great, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. We'll go ahead and call, I'm going to do a roll call here to get us started as we do with these types of meetings. So Mayor Rosworski, I'm here. Mayor Dennis is not going to be joining us today. I don't have a yes or no. Is Kevin Underwood or John Basham on the call? Okay, we'll put that down as a no. Tom Murtaugh? I can see you, Tom. I can't hear you, but I can see you. So Tom is here. Jackson Bogan? Is Jackson on the call? Can everybody hear me or not?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Larry Leverance, are you on the call?
I
Peter Bunder?
Here.
Thank you. Ben Murray?
here.
Here, Jackson Bogan, sorry.
Shane's here as well.
Okay. All right, well, we seem to have a lot of background noise coming from somewhere, at least I'm hearing some. So if everybody could mute their mics until it's time to talk or ask a question, I'd appreciate it. So we can try to, so I can hear. Thank you. All right. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the September 9th, 2021 meeting. I would entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
All
Second.
right. Second. Was there a second?
Second by Ben Murray.
Thank you, Ben. Are there any changes or corrections that need to be made to the minutes? Hearing none, I'll conduct a roll call vote. Commissioner Murtaugh. Okay, Tom, I can see you moving your hand. I'm taking that as a thumbs up. Thank you. Jackson Bogan.
Aye.
Peter Bunder.
Aye.
Ben Murray.
Aye.
Shane Spears.
Aye.
Okay, and I'll vote aye just in case to make sure we have our quorum. Aye. All right, the next item on the agenda is the administrative modification for the 2020-2024 and the 22-2026 tips. And I don't have any names on my sheet this month on who is handling what, so whoever from the Area Plan Commission is supposed to take care of this, please speak up.
Hello, Mayor. This is Doug. I'll be handling this one, and we have received a request from the IDOT District Office to make changes to the two tip documents. They involve 4 projects, and these were very minor changes, so it was handled through an administrative modification. The first project was on State Road 26 at 900 East, and this changed the program year in the 2020 tip from 2021 to 2022, and then programmed the right-of-way phase in the 22 tip. The next project was on State Road 38, South Fork of Wildcat Bridge. This involved the right-of-way phase and only involved the 2020 tip. The next project is on State Road 43, Walter Bridge over the Walter Deck. Involved changes the right-of-way phase of the project and then added utility phase. And the last project, US 52, Norfolk over Norfolk Southern, and it added or that changed the year for preliminary engineering but did not change any funds. Since this was handled through a tip modification rather than amendment, the information is being presented to this group to let you know that it was modified, the tips were modified, and it did not go through the full amendment process. So are there any questions or comments?
All right. Thank you, Doug, for bringing that to our attention. The next item on the agenda is Resolution T21-16, resolution to amend the 2020, 2024, and 2022-2026 transportation improvement programs. And Doug, will you be handling that also?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
This is another request by the Indiana Department of Transportation, and it was a little more substantial than the one that was just presented. It involves two projects that are already currently programmed in the TIP, and then added 5 new ones. Regarding the projects already in the TIP, the first one is on State Road 26, bridge over Goose Creek. Right-of-way changes, or the changes to the right-of-way phase were made. And then on US 52, Thin Deck Overlay Project Norfolk Southern, and this added the right-of-way phase to that project as well. The 5 new projects are located on I-65. 4 of them are Thin Deck Overlays, and they are located at County Road 600 North, Swisher Road, 900 East, and then at East County Line Road. The 5th new project is a pavement patching project, and it is between just north of State Road 47 to just south of State Road 38. The specific details for the projects are located or in the staff report, and the Technical Transportation Committee did review this at their September meeting and recommended approval. Area Plan Commission staff is also recommending approval and ask for your adoption through the resolution. Are there any questions or comments?
All right. Thank you, Doug. It doesn't appear there are any questions or comments at this time, so I will conduct a roll call vote. Commissioner Murtaugh.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can
Okay,
hear you.
cool.
Thank you. Jackson Bogan.
Yes.
Peter Bunder.
Aye.
Ben Murray.
Aye.
Shane Spears.
Aye.
And I vote aye. All right, we have 6 votes. All right, thank you, everyone. The next item on the agenda is the APC progress report. We have a first item is the MPO update, and who will be handling that?
I'm going to be handling the first item, Mayor, the South Shore Queen Cities Partnership.
Okay.
So regarding that, this is something that we've talked a little bit before in the past, and I wanted to kind of get some direction for where we want to go with this. For context for everyone who's listening, in the past, kind of the way that we've handled this is we've just had individual jurisdictions partner with South Shore Queen Cities as needed, as they want to, which is totally fine, and we can continue to do it that way. I know that they were able to assist Lafayette with some grant writing for a successful grant for some vehicles that they got recently. So we can keep doing it that way. That's totally fine. But kind of our other option is to make more of a formal partnership. So South Shore Clean Cities has expanded to become a statewide agency. They're specifically designated as a Clean Cities Coalition under the Department of Energy. And they have what they call a Green Fleets program, which is kind of similar to what they've been doing for us on an as-needed basis, but it would just formalize things a little bit more, and we would probably have some regular contact with them as the MPO, kind of in our capacity. So if that's something that the jurisdictions would be interested in us pursuing and kind of making a little bit more of a formal partnership where we, are working with them a little more regular than we are now, then that's fine. We're willing to pursue that, but we don't want to just go ahead and do that without the blessing of all of you involved in this. So what we're kind of looking for is either a decision on how we want to approach this, or just a meeting with the elected officials later where we can formally discuss that if it's gonna take some more discussion or if we need to involve some more people. We did kind of have one meeting, but we didn't really have enough people there to make a formal decision. So we would like to kind of just get something set up so that we can move forward one way or another with this. So I would welcome any thoughts or questions from the board about this at this time.
Tim, Tony Roseworski here. Just a couple things for the group. We did work with South Shore. It took 3 tries, but we did get a little bit over $1 million grant to go towards the purchase of 2 all-electric sanitation garbage trucks, which we are excited about. We'll still have to come up with about $500,000 of our own money because they're quite expensive, but we were pleased to get the grant and to be able to start moving our fleet to an all-electric fleet. Just for a little context there, like I said, it took us 3 tries, but we got there. From the city of Lafayette, I don't have any problem at all with the area plan getting more involved, and we kind of look at this comprehensively as a group, and if there are things we can do together, I'm certainly willing. The city of Lafayette does not need to go at this. We're not concerned about just going at this alone. We just did because it was an opportunity that presented itself, and we've been working on that, but we're certainly willing to just work together here as a group if the group feels that's the most advantageous direction. So I don't need a separate meeting with you. That's something we're willing to do.
This is Peter Bunder from West Lafayette. I would be happy for you to keep going ahead. There's no reason not to involve area plan. The jurisdictions cooperate in so many other things. It might be an opportunity for us to get together and cooperate on this as well. I think City Bus too might be a partner, and you could probably list anybody else in the directory that gets these emails. So go ahead.
This is Ben Murray with City Bus. Peter, you jumped right on the nail on the head right there, and I would agree with that. Couldn't hurt to jump in and definitely be a part of the group.
Okay, thank you all for that. Commissioner Murtaugh, did you have any thoughts from the county's perspective on this that you'd like to add?
Not at this point. I think it's worthy to continue these discussions. So.
Okay, so then it sounds to me like the course of action would be for me to continue to work with the South Shore Queen Cities people from our end and kind of continue some of what we've started with talking with their executive director. And then as this kind of takes shape a little more, we'll set up maybe a little bit more of a formal structure or a formal mechanism where we can communicate information back and forth between all the interested parties. Does that seem like a reasonable approach that matches what we've discussed here today?
Sure.
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Okay, very good. I will work on that, and I will give you guys updates as needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. All right, the next item under MPO update is the STIP updated 2022 TIP. So who's handling that?
Mayor, that would be me, Doug. And the good news is that progress is being made, albeit at a very, very slow pace. The request to amend our new TIP into the current STIP is moving forward. INDOT presented it for public input last month, and it went through the time period. And after that, it was submitted to the Federal Highway Administration and Federal Transit Administration for their review and, we hope, approval. That was submitted to both agencies on the 23rd of last month. Since then, we have not received either a thumbs up or a thumbs down yet, and we are continually tracking that. The amendment number specifically for the STIP is A20-58 and -58A. So we're hoping that by the next meeting we have good news and the new TIP will be amended. But that's a brief update of the status in a nutshell. Questions or comments?
All right. Well, thank you, Doug, and thank you for everybody's work on that project. The next is the annual list of projects.
And that'll be handled by me. And if you remember in previous years, this document, the annual listing of projects, or as the Federal Highway Administration would like to call it, the annual listing of obligated projects, looks back to the past fiscal year, which is the state fiscal year, and looks at all of the projects which used federal funds, specifically whether it be the preliminary engineering, right-of-way, or construction phase. And this not only includes local projects, but also Indiana Department of Transportation projects. In the past, we've always expanded on this and then not only include just those federally funded projects, but all projects, whether they be from the Lafayette, West Lafayette, Tippecanoe County, that are paid for with just local funds. This report that was put together and released last month is the largest. If you've had a chance to look through it, it is available online, and we can send or give you paper copies if you like. Just let us know. Has a lot of projects in it. It's quite interesting that it's a testament to both the cities and the county and also the Indiana Department of Transportation and the number of projects that are moving forward and being done in this county. I'd like to especially thank those who put the minutes together for the commissioners and then the Board of Works. A lot of the information that is in this document actually comes from those minutes. Not only do we show a kind of a summary which is being scrolled through for both INDOT and local projects, but we have, as in the past, shown individual project sheets which has specific details, specifically if federal funds are being used. We also have a timeline for each project. You can see there that's up on your screens. We have an aerial photo that shows the location of the project, and then of course photos of the project. And then at the very end, we also have a completion part of the project. So any projects that were completed, we try to show both before and after, but there's some projects that just take a very short time, so we only get a snippet of that. But it's a very comprehensive document, fairly long. I think it was like 260 pages this time. Has a lot of information in it. So hope you get a chance to look at it. So if there's any questions or comments, I'd be more than happy to answer those. This is required by the FAST Act, the actual congressional national legislation, which needed to be done and finished and up on our web by the end of September, which we met. So any questions or comments at this time, I'll be more than glad to answer them.
Well, thank you, Doug. It looks like you guys did a great job, very comprehensive. That's good information for everybody. So thank you to you and the team for working on that. All right, the next item on the agenda is the INDOT 18-month letting list.
And again, I'll be handling that as I usually do. I'm actually going to start on the third page, the projects that were let this past September. There were 4 projects, basically into 2 projects. You see the first one, US 52 Bridge Thin Deck Overlay. That project was let on and to Ram Construction Services of Michigan Incorporated, and the estimated completion date is July 22nd, 2022. And then the 3 projects below that, bridge painting on 25 and 2 on 38, awarded to Olympus Painting. Completion date is targeted for August 1st of 2022. Going back to the front page, as you can see, there are a lot of projects coming up, especially in November. Once again, this is the big widening of I-65 projects. Those seem to be on track and ready to go, according to the information that I have. Project number 6, a district-wide project that's on this month's letting. It says pavement maintenance, but that should be pavement patching. I guess the type of work was changed on that. Looking down a little further, we just received news, Project 20 on I-65, a concrete pavement restoration project at State Road 38. This was to go on a December 2021 bid letting, but it now has been moved back to an April 2022 letting. The project right below that, number 21 on State Road 38. This is on the east side of Dayton, just says a HMA overlay project. The scope has been changed to a full depth reclamation on that. And then on the second page, bring to your attention projects number 42 and 43. These are projects that were changed. They were originally on a September 2022 bid letting, but have moved to one on I-65 January 23, and then the one on State Road 38, a February 2023 bid letting. Do have some a little bit of disappointing news. Project number 24, this is the Sagamore Parkway Trail. Due to permit issues, it looks like this project is going to slip at least a month from January to February. I'm going to see if we can hold that on track because if it doesn't get let, at least I think by March or maybe April, then there's a good possibility we'll lose our federal funds for that. But we are keeping a close eye on this project to make sure that it does meet or goes to a letting this fiscal year. That's a summary of the 18-month letting list. Any comments or questions?
All right. Thank you, Doug. We appreciate that information. Looks like the next item on the agenda is the 2021 MPO Conference.
I can take that, David Hiddle here. As the Area Plan Commission is the Lafayette Metropolitan Planning Organization, and we are hosting the statewide MPO Conference this year, as we did last year, again, virtually this year. That is going to be October 28th all day, and I think as of today we have, Aria said 79 registrations, hopefully on our way up to about 150 or so. We have a link to register if anybody is interested. I would note that there's one particular presentation that I think I would sell before anything else. That is going to be the 1 o'clock to 2:30 presentation by Daniel Harrigus, who is a co-founder of Strong Towns, which is kind of a think tank that deals with land use and transportation issues. And their calling card is a very sober and clear-eyed look at long-term viability for our transportation systems and their funding mechanisms. And I think it's refreshingly honest and quite important information to avail ourselves of. So I think probably rather than directing people to our site, we can just send out to the group a link to register. And again, you're invited to sit through the whole thing, but especially through the 1 o'clock to 2:30 segment. I think that's all we have on that, if anybody has any questions.
All right. Thank you, David. We appreciate the information. The next item on the agenda is other business. Anybody have anything under other business?
Yes, we do actually have something really quick here.
Okay.
This is Aria. So on the agenda, I think it says the next meeting will be November 11, and I believe that is Veterans Day. So earlier in the year, I believe we had rescheduled this meeting to be a week later. At least that's what my calendar says we did. So I believe it will be exactly 1 week later than November 11. It should be on the 18th of November at the same time, 2 p.m. virtually. I can resend a calendar invite to everybody if you don't have that already scheduled.
Yes, if you could just resend it, that might be nice to do in case we did have some folks that didn't get that the first time or didn't realize that if you're willing to do that, it'd probably be helpful.
Certainly, I will do that. And that's my only other business.
Okay, well, thank you. That's not very far away. The year's just about wrapping up. So anybody else have any other business? Okay, at this time, I would ask if there has been any citizen comment that has been sent into the Area Plan Commission.
I do not have any citizen comment at this time. We could wait a minute for the stream to catch up and see if any more comes in.
Yes, we'll let go. Please just let me know when the minute's up.
Okay, I will time it. All right, it has been 1 minute, and I do not see any public comment on Facebook or YouTube.
All right, thank you. With that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Calendar will move to adjourn.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll do a roll call vote here. Commissioner Murtaugh,
Aye.
Jackson Bogan,
Aye.
Peter Bunder,
Aye.
Ben Murray,
Aye.
Shane Spears,
Aye.
and myself, aye. Thank you, everyone. We're adjourned. Enjoy the rest of your day.